Rolls-Royce was born from two men. One chased speed, attention, and records. The other worked in silence. Together, they reshaped engineering, aviation, and the very meaning of perfection itself. This is how Rolls-Royce began. Charles Rolls was born into privilege. He grew up in London's Berkeley Square, surrounded by wealth and opportunity. He attended Eton, then studied mechanical engineering at Cambridge. While most students were still learning theory, Rolls already owned a motor car. Speed fascinated him. Engines excited him. He loved pushing machines to their limits. By his early 20s, Rolls had become one of Britain's most daring motorists. In 1903, he drove a 30-horsepower Moors at nearly 83 miles per hour, attempting to break the world land speed record. Charles Rolls was obsessed with going faster than anyone else. He raced cars. He flew balloons. He chased attention and progress. And to fund that lifestyle, he co-founded one of Britain's first car dealerships, importing vehicles from France and Belgium. Rolls became the public face of modern motoring in Britain. Henry Royce came from a completely different world. He was born in the year 1863 in Peterborough into a struggling family. By the age of 9, he was already working to survive. He sold newspapers. He delivered telegrams. At 14, an aunt paid for him to start an engineering apprenticeship. He studied at night after long work days, teaching himself math, languages, and electrical engineering. Precision became his obsession. Royce began building electrical equipment such as dynamos and doorbells. He even patented improvements to the bayonet light bulb, designs still used today. But no matter what he built, it was never good enough for him. Charles Rolls chased speed and recognition. Henry Royce chased perfection and silence. They were opposites in every way, and that difference would become the foundation of Rolls-Royce. Henry Royce did not set out to start a car company. After buying a small French car, Royce noticed constant faults, loose parts, rough running, careless design. So he did what he always did. He decided to build something better. By the end of 1903, Royce had designed his own petrol engine. In 1904, he drove a simple two-cylinder car through the streets of Manchester. A man named Henry Edmonds noticed. Edmonds was a motor enthusiast and a friend of Charles Rolls. Impressed by Royce's car, he insisted that Rolls had to see it. On May 4th, 1904, the two men met in Manchester. Within minutes, Charles Rolls knew this was different. He drove the car, and this was exactly the English car he had been searching for. Rolls did not hesitate. He agreed to sell every car Henry Royce could build. They would carry both their names. Rolls-Royce. Behind the scenes stood a third man, Claude Johnson, Rolls' business partner. While Rolls sold the vision and Royce built the machines, Johnson shaped the company. He managed the business. He crafted the reputation. He understood how to turn engineering excellence into a global name. So important was his role that he became known as the hyphen in Rolls-Royce. Henry Royce had a simple rule: take the best that exists and make it better. The 40/50 HP model set a new benchmark. Then came the Silver Ghost, a car so reliable that one drove over 14,000 miles without a single major repair. The world had never seen a car this quiet, this dependable, this effortless. Claude Johnson understood that genius alone would not sell itself. It was Johnson who coined the phrase that would define the brand. The best car in the world. It stuck because it was true. Every time a Rolls-Royce drove down the street, it was a statement. Silent, smooth, perfect. Not just a machine, but an experience unlike any other. When World War I broke out, the world demanded more than luxury cars. Henry Royce and his engineers began designing the Eagle Aero engine. Every calculation, every component had to be flawless. Reliability was no longer a matter of reputation, but of life and death. Pilots depended on these engines to carry them safely through enemy skies. The company's standards translated perfectly from cars to aircraft. This was the moment Rolls-Royce stopped being just a car company. In 1930, Rolls-Royce introduced the Merlin engine, a masterpiece of engineering. It would soon become the beating heart of World War II aircraft. Their speed and reliability giving pilots the edge they desperately needed. Lancaster bombers carried the engine into the skies over Europe, turning precision engineering into a weapon of survival. Henry Royce's obsession with perfection wasn't just about cars anymore. Rolls-Royce engineering shaped the outcome of a war. After the war, Rolls-Royce turned its attention to jet engines, chasing the next frontier of engineering. The RB211 project promised innovation but came with enormous costs. By 1971, financial strain pushed the company to the edge. In the chaos, a crucial decision was made: separate the car division from the aerospace business. The company that once built the best car in the world had learned that pushing engineering boundaries could come at a steep price. Yet, through crisis, Rolls-Royce survived. Today, Rolls-Royce lives on in cars, aviation, and power systems around the world. The name still stands for perfection, for engineering that refuses to compromise. It's the legacy of two very different men, one chasing speed and fame, the other obsessed with precision and craft, united by a single standard: never settle for good enough. Every Rolls-Royce, whether on the road or in the sky, carries that same philosophy. Luxury isn't just wealth, it's the quiet power of excellence, born from a refusal to accept anything less than the very best.